Oh yeah, I know. When's it due?
Tonight.
Yeah, wait until 12 o'clock tonight, so Murphy's Law can hit, and then you can call me in the morning or text me and give me all these crazy things, and I'm not going to respond. And yes, I will look at the time. After 5 o'clock today, I will look at the time. So if I get a text this afternoon, the first thing I'm going to do is look at the time and see what time you actually took it. And you better hope it ain't after 10 o'clock. Because if it ain't after 10 o'clock, I'm not even going to reply. I think the last thing we went over was distributive law. So let's go ahead and kind of refresh everybody's memory. I think that was like 2x plus 3 times x minus 4 is equal to x times 3x minus 2 plus 7. All right, take a minute and work on that problem, because this is a test problem. This is the kind of problem I give you on the test. Let's make sure we can do it, because then after that we're going to move to fractions. Yeah, I thought I was going to be on the dang side of the road. Come home from Atlanta, dang old snowstorm. Went down there, tornado, came back, snowstorm.
The weather has really just been all over the place. We had a day of like 75 outside, sunny.
Yeah.
Monsoon,
it was 70 one day,
tornadoes.
and then tornadoes, then snow, and then back to 50 today.
Yeah.
But I had bread and milk. I carried it with me to Atlanta, and I brought the bread and milk back in case I was
Bread
stranded
and
on
milk
the side of the
sandwiches hit
snow.
different during the snow.
Thunderstorm.
I'm kidding. I carried beer and pizza, but I ain't gonna carry no milk and bread. Actually, I'm not a beer drinker, so I guess I'd have to carry Diet Mountain Dew and Diet Mountain Dew and pizza. Always carry a little bottle of bourbon with me, though, just in case. When I go to a conference, not when I drive, okay? So I'm going to distribute that's going to give me 2x plus 3x minus 12. Oh, shoot. We can't do that. Sorry. I'm going to have to change this because I can't do a quadratic with y'all. So let me change that. I'm sorry. Just change it to a 1. That way it won't mess you up too bad. And that's going to be 3x minus 2, 7. And what always comes after the distributive law? Combine like terms usually comes after the distributive law. So I'm going to combine these two. And then I'm going to combine these two. See the pains that I go through to make sure that y'all understand. I have asked for 2 years for them to move this little cart. 2 years. Sorry about that. Usually the phone would have been thrown across the room. I think I'm making progress. 2x plus 3x is 5x, Hubert. Minus 12 is equal to 3x plus what? And here's my small bucket. I'm going to take it across the river. 12 goes across the river. And x is equal to 17/2. Everybody feel good? All right, let's move to the next section, which will be clearing fractions. So let's make a simple one. 1/4 x minus 2 is equal to 1/8 x plus 7. Now I want you, without a calculator, and without changing anything to decimals, I want you to do that problem by yourself, by hand. And if you can't, just, write it up as being a total disappointment. And just sit there in loser land. Of course, after you start it, you're going to see that you got a fraction, and it's going to cause all kinds of what? Problems. So what do you do with the trash in the house when it starts stinking?
Throw it out.
Take it out. So you throw out the fractions. I'm going to multiply through by the common what? Denominator of 8/1. Now I'm going to put a baby step in here because some of y'all have never done this before. Some of you invented it. Okay, so I'm going to help out the ones that didn't invent it. I'm going to put 8/1 here, an 8/1 here, an 8/1 here, 8/1 there. Now I'm going to rewrite everything and put a multiplication symbol there, put a multiplication symbol there, put a multiplication symbol there, and put a multiplication symbol there. Now do the math. And what are you left with after you do the math? You're left with the problem we just did before, or one like we just did. Simple. Now I guarantee you there's somebody in here that's never been shown that before. You wonder why you never made it through algebra. What's 8 divided by 4? What's 2 times 8? 16. What's 8 divided by 8? 8 times 7? Is that 56 or 48? I can't. 8 times 7, 8 times 6 runs together with me. All right, here we go. 2x minus 16 is equal to x plus what? Here's the smallest bucket. Move it across the river. Take that across the river. Dang old what, 72? It's a miracle. And I guarantee that somebody in here, or at Easley, or Coney, or Pendleton, has never seen that before. Because when you got fractions, sometimes some of your math teachers didn't know what to do. I'm not, picking on anybody, but I guarantee you there's somebody in these 4 rooms that had a math teacher that told you just do it on a calculator. Or you skip it. Let's do it in order. I gotta discourage y'all somehow, right? Yes, Hubert. No, Hubert. All right, try that one. And if you can't do it, just write it up as what? And Bernie will take care of you. Because when the tough get going, you quit. And Bernie will take care of you. Because in America, we don't work hard to get better, do we? We quit and have who take care of us? Bernie. That's new America. That's the revolution. I would say Biden, but he don't know what state he's in, so I can't say Biden because I don't think he knows how to put his pants on every day. The only one that's got a level head is Tulsi Gabbard, and they won't even give her a time of day. And what's sad is some of y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. That's what's even more sad. Nigerian student builds a $6,000 wind and solar car. Okay, nobody cares. Has no fenders. It's a Volkswagen Bug with no fenders and aluminum wheels. I give him credit for trying, though. By the time he gets it in production, we're all going to be dead, so it doesn't matter. I guess that's why Obama bought that $15 million mansion on the island. Well, we'll go ahead and spend it because we're going to die in, 12 years? What's sad is y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I didn't think so. I just like talking to myself. Yep, I answer myself too.
At least you're guaranteed a response.
Exactly, because with y'all, I sure as hell ain't. Y'all just sit there and leave a man hanging. Weaned on
It's
pickle.
funnier when you talk to yourself.
Oh, okay, thank you. So you get a little bit of amusement out of it. That's good. All right, here we go. I don't know. I have no idea what the common denominator is of 3, 5, 4, and 3. I'm going to go over here. 3, 5, 3, 4. 3, 4, and 5. I'm being facetious, I do know, but I'm going to go through and use what we learned. And I'm going to put a 3 here. 1, 4, 5. 2, 1, 2, 5. A 2, 1, 1, 5. and a 5, 1, 1, 1. So here is my common denominator, which is 6 times 10 is what? 60. 60 over 1. So I'm going to put a 60 over 1 here. I'm going to put a 60 over 1 here, a 60 over 1 here, and a 60 over 1 here. Did anybody notice anything? That's all right. Get it. 1/3. 2/5. Minus 2/3. All right, now do the math. And it's going to be amazing, because after you get through with that, you're going to be able to do more because you got rid of the what? Forget it. I would just start paying me a student to come in here and talk to me. Nobody even said, I'll do that, I'll volunteer. Y'all suck. No, forget it now. But I tell y'all, we're hosting a conference at Tri-County Tech Pendleton campus, of course. We're hosting a conference in February, and guess who they want to present at this conference?
Smartest man in the room.
Me, of course. And I'm not the smartest man in the room, but they want me to do it because I'm technology. I told them no. They said, why? I said, because if I do it at Pendleton campus, nothing will work, because nothing's hooked up right up there. I said, the only way I'll do it is if I Skype it in from Anderson campus, because it's on streaming, video from campus,
Then
So I said, I'll do it. Huh?
Then you seem more important. Like, you're too good to actually come here. So, like,
exactly. That's what it is. Yeah.
Right.
I'm an academic god.
Right.
That's what it is.
That's it. Yeah.
Time is money.
Yeah. So I ain't heard back from him yet. So I don't know if I'm gonna hear back from him. No, I know what would happen. I'd go up to Pendleton, and nothing would work, and then I'd look like a total. No, I'm not going to look like a total dumbass in front of all the educators in South Carolina coming up for a math conference. No. I'm not going to do it.
Well, when everything else fails, you can just talk to yourself.
Yeah, I'm good at that because I'm a wind on a pickle classes. I do appreciate you talking, though. Well, at least one person talk. And I don't claim to be the smartest person in the room. I may come off like that talking about technology, but I'm sorry, it's 2020.
But if you answer yourself, no one else
we have people that, we are planning to land on the moon sometime in the next 5 or 6 years. Okay? Mm-hmm. Not the moon, Mars. Did I say the moon? Mars. Yeah. We got little remote control cars on Mars. And we got people at Tri-County Tech doing posters and asking for blackboards and chalk in the classroom. So you can see why I get a little bit pissed off. When you're a teacher, you got to be adaptive. You have to be able to do all things, not just one thing. It's like being a one-dimensional football team. What happens if you're a one-dimensional football team? You suck because one person gets what? Injured. Guess what? You suck. So, Oklahoma. What happened what's his name from Oklahoma? What's the quarterback? What happened if Jalen Hurts got hurt? They would suck.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can give Clemson and LSU and even Ohio State. Those three teams are not they're not one-dimensional.
The defense was already pretty much.
So, all right, I'm sorry.
I watched that conference between you
Oh,
and the
now
rest
we're
of the teachers
going to
telling them
talk.
to stop.
Oh, okay. I found something I want to talk about. Okay,
Like, y'all
let's talk about
suck.
it. What are we talking about? Now they're going to shut
I
up.
don't know, just commentaries, just pure gold.
What are y'all talking about?
I just want to see you. I just want to see you in the math conference, just going ahead and just
we're
waiting
not
for
gonna
somebody
do
to. Oh, come
Hey,
on!
if
I
you go
want to
talk
hear
at
you
that
say
math
everybody
conference,
sucks
we'll all
there.
show up and respond.
No, y'all won't. I'll call on y'all. Y'all run out of the dang room. Okay, I'm going to call in my math class now. Y'all all run out of the room. Set me up. 60
We'll
divided
text
by
you to
3
Skype
is
in and
what?
not say our names.
20.
There you go.
Just like
60 divided by 5 is what? 12, Hubert. 60 divided by 4 is what?
See, you're so good at it.
60
like-
divided by 3 is what? 20.
20.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
just
so
right
good at it,
every
and y'all what?
We suck.
So you suck.
We're just learning, you know.
We're in awe of the knowledge.
Yeah, whatever. 20 x minus 1/2 plus 24 is equal to 15 times x minus 6 minus 40. Y'all check my math, and now you're able to distribute and work that problem out a little bit better. Wait a minute. No. You won't be able to do 20 times 1/2. Some of y'all can't do that. And some of y'all forget 15 times 6. Y'all have to reach for a calculator with that. But anyway, most of y'all should be able to finish the problem. I guarantee you somebody's got 20 times 1/2 and they're just staring at it. Patrick in the orb of confusion. So 20x minus 10. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Plus 24 is equal to 15x minus 80 minus 40. Okay, now I'm going to let y'all finish. Now, I've just given y'all 2 good test questions. You'll have a multi-step, you'll have a couple of distributive laws, you'll have a couple of fractions, and you'll have a couple of decimals. And that's about 8 questions. And I'll probably give you another 40 because 15 of them are, 15 of them are bonuses that some of y'all are going to miss. Anyway.
I think you can hear me.
So do I need to make the test harder? Was unit 1
Is that
test
supposed?
it was easy or what?
Talk.
Is that supposed to be 90 instead of 80? Or
It could be. I did it in my head. 6 times 5 is 30. Yeah, 90. Thank you. Told y'all check me. Thank you. Combine like terms. So we've got 20x plus 14 is equal to 15x minus 130. Smallest bucket, like a bourbon glass. 15x, bring it over here, it'd be negative 15x. So that's going to be 5x 14 comes across the river, minus 144. 144 divided by 5. Now, what do y'all notice about the way I did this problem? And the way I did the previous problem? I did everything what?
Step by step.
Step by step. I'm going to show y'all what some of y'all do. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this or not. I'll try this one. Is that lines on a... Yeah. All right, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show y'all how y'all do it. So I'm just going to put a problem on the board. I'm going to clear this one. And mostly I'm talking to the guys because y'all invented notebook paper. So this is the way y'all do it. You got a big problem like this. 1/3 times x minus 2 plus 7 times x minus 3 equals 4 times x minus 6. And y'all try to do it by the time you get down to here. Y'all try to do it in one line. And that's why y'all get the problem wrong. Okay? Don't do that. After you get 3 or 4 degrees under your belt, then you can start skipping steps. But until then, you need to do what works. Okay? If it works, then 1, you shouldn't be in the class. And 2, that's nice. All right? But most people have to do it step by step. And when you're dealing with these problems clearing the fractions and clearing the decimals, if you have to use an extra step, so what? Okay? So those indicators, girls, if you're ever in a conversation with a guy, with 2 or 3 people, and you say, oh, well, I'm going to Disney World next week. How long will it take you to drive down there? Oh, about 13 hours. Psh, it only take me 6 hours. Run like hell. Run away from that person. And it's usually going to be a guy because he has a car that will go the speed of light. I had a cousin like that. He's a freaking idiot. We'd go out to the restaurant, and he would kill himself and his family to try to beat me to the restaurant. Yeah, we're in 3rd grade. Yeah, riding on scooters out on. Yeah, we're back. We're not 30 years old. We're 5 years old, riding scooters on the sidewalk. Anyway, maybe I'm just weird. All right, let's go with 0.02x plus 0.03 times x minus 4 equals 0.6 times x minus 2 plus 0.8. Now, you don't even want it to start because you're talking about after you do the second line, you're ready for calculator. And that's what you do not want, because if you were taught these things before, you wouldn't be dependent on a calculator. So, if we've got decimals, they're just like the trash. You got to take them out. But with this one, you have to count the furthest decimal point. Write that down. Count the furthest, if that's a word, F-U-R-T-H-E-S-T, the furthest decimal point. Somebody tell me, what is the furthest decimal point used? That means that's not rhetorical. I'm wanting y'all to communicate with me.
0.8.
Well, I might as well forget that. I'm still waiting. You only got 4 choices.
8.
Yeah, but what is the furthest decimal point? Maybe I'm not explaining myself. Look at the decimal point. All 4 decimals. Which one is the furthest away from the decimal point?
0.8.
0.03 and 0.02. They're furthest away. In other words, the number is furthest away from the decimal points. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's go back and talk about place value. What is this? What is this place value? What are those place values right there?
Yeah, the question ain't making sense to me.
What'd you say? Y'all making fun of my questions?
No, we didn't understand it first.
I didn't think y'all understood the question. That's why I rephrased it. All right? All of those in green are in the tenths place. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm going to take my yellow highlighter, and all of these values are in the what? Hundredths. So the furthest place that's being used is the what?
Hundredths place.
Hundredths place. So therefore, you're going to multiply through by 100. So I'm going to multiply through by 100. Now, what's the rule about multiplying by tens, hundreds, thousands? What's the rule? Count the number of zeros, right? And then you move the decimal, that same number, to the right because you're multiplying. When you divide, you move them to the left. I guarantee you there's somebody that's never heard that before. When you multiply, I'm going to put this in red so you'll write it down. When you multiply by tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on, that's what the 3 dots mean. You count the number of zeros and move decimal to the right that same number. When you divide, and we'll use another color, use that orange. When you divide by tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on, you move the decimal to the what?
Left.
Left that number of places. So I'm going to move the decimal, take my blue marker, since I'm multiplying through by 100, I'm going to move this one twice, this one twice, this one twice, this one twice. And now I'm ready to start my problem. 2x plus 3 times x minus 4 is equal to 60 times x minus 2. Now you can finish it. And that's how you clear decimals. And like I said, I guarantee you there's somebody in these 4 rooms that have never seen that before. So finish it up. And what's 2x plus 3x? 5x minus 12 is equal to 60x plus negative what? Here's the smallest bucket. Move it across the river. We get negative 12x. I'm sorry. Negative 12 is equal to 55x minus 40. And what is that, 28? Y'all check my math. I got 28 over 55. Somebody check the negative 12 plus 40 for me. Yeah.
36.
What?
Negative 12 plus 48 or 40?
Negative 12
Oh,
plus
28.
40.
Never mind.
All right, so let's do another one after that one, as soon as you get that one finished. Everybody got it? Any questions?
Sure.
All right, let's try nerd. I kind of like that notebook paper. We'll start using that. What I ought to do is start using black. Use dang old white. Point 4x minus 3 plus 6 is equal to 0.7 times x minus 3 plus 0.45. Does that show up better on the whiteboard for y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I can't use any other colors. Let me try to use another color. I'll have to use a light color, maybe a yellow will work. What am I going to multiply through by?
100.
100.
100, exactly. Why? Because of this 5. You always have to go with your lowest, the furthest decimal point. If I had a 0.456, I would have to multiply through by 1,000. So that means 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's going to give me,
Hi there. It's currently 1:10 p.m. The current temperature of 47.
it's going to give me 40x minus 120 plus 600 is equal to 70x minus, you're supposed to sit there and stare at it, 210 plus 45.
Primary. Fox News. President Donald Trump's budget reflects 10 priorities, such as immigration, defense.
Okay? So that'd be, we got to combine like terms. Oops. All right, so 40x minus 120 plus 600 is going to be daggum 480. Somebody help me out.
Yeah.
Minus 210 plus 45 is 175. What is it? 165? Is it 165? Positive? I think so. Negative. Negative 165. Now, which one's a smaller bucket? 40. It goes across the river. And the negative comes across the river. So that gives me 30. X is equal to 5, 6, 45. Divide by 30. Divide by 30. Y'all can reduce that. That should be your answer. Now, you got 8 problems that I've done with you. 1, multi-step. 1, combining like terms. 1, distributive, or 2 distributives, and then 2 clearing the fractions and 2 clearing the decimals. So you should be able to work on what chapter are we on? 6.1, probably 6.2. All right, y'all get out of here. I'll just say everybody's here. And y'all have a good day. Be careful. Make sure you eat bread and milk. I don't have any idea why, but just get it because that's what people in South Carolina do.